Hey everybody, we're in Nashville, Tennessee, also known as Music City, USA. When people think of Nashville, they think of country music. But it's also a city with a great B-side. Joining us to talk about that great B-side is an automotive journalist and former travel editor of Southern Living, Morgan Murphy.
Welcome to Nash Vegas.
Welcome to Test Drive. Right on. Tell us about this city. Everybody thinks country music, but there's a lot more to it.
Oh, there's a lot of depth to Nashville. It's got a great food scene. It's got a great music scene, as you mentioned. It's a medical research center, banking. They got it all here in Nashville.
Home of Vanderbilt University.
Home of Vanderbilt and the Commodores.
Tell us about your favorite thing. What is your favorite thing about the South?
Oh, man, my favorite thing about the South has got to be the food. I mean, while you're here, you're going to eat. We're going to ply you with the 4 Southern food groups, which are barbecue, bourbon, bacon, and pie.
Now, before we get in the car, what do you think of the styling?
I love the styling. I mean, this is what Darth Vader would use on his commute to the Death Star. It is awesome.
It's Johnny Cash,
yeah,
black on black.
You got the black on black edition right here.
Without further ado, let's get you in the TL.
All right, let's go. Nashville's a beautiful town. It's a really clean city. It's easy to get around. There's no traffic, which if you're a car guy, it's a perfect city to be in. The South is hot. We got humidity here. We like to drink our air in the South, and this car has got, it's very comfortable in here. We got some humidity control going on for us that Acura has pioneered. And they've got the GPS system working with the climate control so that the person on the sunny side of the car gets more air conditioning than the person on the shadowy side of the car. And that is a lifesaver in a town like Nashville. The seats are awesome. I mean, this is an incredible seat. This French stitching on here is really nice, and it's got, I mean, it's just really, it's got great lumbar support. And I'm 6'2", and normally the problem I have with a new car is my knees constantly, you know, banging on the underside of the wheel if I get close enough to the dash. I guess I have a short arms but long legs, and this car fits me perfectly. You know, Arizona has London Bridge, Paris, Texas has the Eiffel Tower, and Nashville has the Parthenon right here. So unlike the one that's in Greece that's wrecked, this one is perfect. Here we are on Broadway. Broadway is where young aspiring country music stars come to hang out and play, and about the best place in the United States to hear some country music. You know, in most cars, when you plug in your iPod or your iPhone or what have you, kind of a pet peeve of mine is that you've got to use the iPod itself to toggle between songs and artists. This Acura, you plug in your iPod and you can use the controls on the steering wheel, you can use the audio controls, you can use the controls on the dash. It's fully integrated with the system. You know, a lot of designers might have filled a car like this full of burled wood, but you know, they've accented with this really nice brushed metal, which isn't distracting, but it's very tastefully done. It has a very modern feel to it, which complements sort of the French stitching and the fine leather that's in here. It is a very pleasant car to drive, and it has a luxurious feel to it of a car maybe twice its price point. You know, I'm here in the South, I write about the South, and this would have been an excellent car to do the research of my book, Off the Eaten Path in. I'd love to have driven this to restaurants all over the region. It's like Johnny Cash. It has his sort of edgy but familiar feel to it. Immediately comfortable, immediately likable, and definitely smooth.
Stick around, there's more test drives still to come.
Well, we just left the Nashville icon, the Loveless Cafe, renowned for its country food, homemade biscuits and so forth. And it's located right at the start of a legendary drive, the Natchez Trace Parkway. And 444 miles of beautiful two-lane highway. You could almost do a whole show on the technology inside the Acura TL. The electronics are remarkable. One of the things, the nav system, it's a satellite GPS-based nav system, but it also has Acura Link, which gives you all kinds of information relative to your route on the navigation system. You've got accident information. There's a setting on the navigation that will automatically reroute you if there's really heavy traffic. Traffic information, you'll see where the traffic is slowed down or stopped. On the weather information, you've got a 3-day forecast. You can get weather warnings that are relative to your route. If you have a route programmed in and there's any weather warnings upcoming on your route, it'll alert you to those. One other cool feature is the radar map. Much like you see on the evening news, you've got it shows precipitation, or more importantly in the winter, frozen rain, freezing rain, hail, that kind of stuff, and it shows up here on the weather map. Likewise, you know, pairing up the cellular phone, Bluetooth, and so forth, you can download all your phone numbers in, and with the voice-activated button over here, you can call up a number and then instruct the car to dial. Now, we are in Music City, USA, Nashville. A great place to talk about the sound system, and Acura has put a lot of effort into that. It's called ELS Surround Sound, which is Elliot Shiner, who is a Grammy-winning producer and engineer, and he advised them on this. It's a 440-watt system, 10 speakers, surround sound. And check this out, the video representations for all the adjustments. The user interface is cool. When you set the bass or the treble or the balance of the fader, it gives you a graphical representation of what you're dealing with, you know, kind of like an equalizer, but in video form. Another cool feature is this XM Note, where if you're listening to your satellite radio, you like the song, you can push and hold it. It'll record 10 seconds of the song along with all the information on who it is, what song it is, in case you want to order it later. It has a hard drive. You can download your music up to 3,500 songs. Really, the list goes on and on. Like I said, you could do a whole show on some of the technological wizardry. If I had not seen this road, I wouldn't have believed it. We're in the middle of summer, off-season, summertime, people traveling. In 15 miles, we've seen 3 cars on one of the most beautiful roads I've ever been on.
We'll be right back with more of the Acura TL next.
Well, it's been an incredible test drive. From the bright lights of Nashville to the beautiful country roads of Tennessee, we've gotten up close and personal with the most powerful Acura ever built. And here's what we found.
Acura's newest TL is a car that lives up to the hype. With an available manual transmission, over 300 horsepower, and a 0 to 60 time of just over 5 seconds, this vehicle has the street cred of a true performance car. Let the fun begin.
I'm Tommy Kendall. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. You've got a book coming out next year. What's that about?
I do. It's called, shoot, I forget.
And even some wildlife. Look at this. What is this crossing the road? That is a groundhog, I believe. Nope, big squirrel. Hey, everybody. We're in Nashville, Tennessee, also known as Music City, USA. Most people think of that.
Pardon me.
Are you? I'm just jealous because my hair isn't turning gray, it's turning loose and falling out. So
I'm just waiting for that to happen to me. You know, this is a car I'd love to have had on my my road trip to research restaurant.